Very good morning, dear students. Welcome back to the business statistics class. Okay, so yesterday we have been working out the problems under methods of index number, right? So yesterday we have completed all the methods. Okay, so we will recap what are the methods are there, and then we'll go for a problem. So in constructing an index number, there are two methods as I already told you: simple index method, weighted index method. Under simple index method, we worked out the problems under simple aggregate, simple average of price relative method. Similarly, in weighted index method, we worked out the problems under weighted aggregate method by using Lapsis formula, Pastis, Fisher formula, and in Fisher also, we have verified whether it proves TRT and FRT. Okay, test reverse, time reversal test and factor reversal test. And also yesterday we completed the weighted average of price relative method. So when you are working out the problems under weighted average of price relative method, I told you depend upon the given value. Okay, please make a note of it. Depend upon the given value. If W weightage is given and then the P value is given directly, you can use the first formula summation WP by summation W. If they are given index value and then along with the index value, they are given the value V. I and V is given, then you can use the second formula summation IV divided by summation V. Okay, suppose so there is no weightage and then no index value is given. Instead of that, they're given only the price and quantity value of both base year and current year. That means P0, Q0, P1, Q1 is given. In that case, what I told you, you can use any one of the formula. According to that, you need to find out that combination. For example, if you're using summation WP by divided by summation W means you have to find out what is W, you have to find out what is P. P already you know, P1 divided by P0 into 100 is the P. Whereas P I will be I or V. Either I or V will be P0 into is that combinations you need to work out and then you need to substitute in any one of the formula and find out the value. So this is what we worked out in the yesterday's class, weighted average of price relative method. Okay, already we worked out two problems, right? So this is the first problem where they given the weightage and they didn't give the p value, but instead of p value, they given p1 and p0. If you know p1, p0, we can find out the p value by dividing the both and multiplying 100, you'll get p value. Whereas in the second problem, see, they didn't give weightage, they didn't give the index value, they didn't give any value, but they given only the base year quantity q0, q1, sorry, q0, p0, and p1. So by using this, you can find out any either I or P, either W or V. Okay. So this is what we worked out in the previous class, and this is the homework problem I gave you. Okay. And then the next concept what we discussed today is a consumer price index number, right? So already told you index number is just going to compare the changes in the price, okay, or any other things depend upon the different time period or depend upon the different location. Similarly, if you are measuring, if you are finding out what is the changes, okay, if you are measuring that what is the changes, okay, according to the lifestyle of the people, okay, and then their cost of living index, that comes under the consumer price index number. So here also we have a two method already told you, and what is the objectives also we discussed yesterday. This is objective to measure the value of the money and also to be helpful for the governments and the corporates to bring to redefine their policies and the regulations. All those things depend upon the wage, pay scale structure, all those things, and also to be helpful for the corporate companies to understand the trend in the markets. According to that, they can bring changes to the price of the product, okay, quantity, all those things. And this is what the two method, aggregate expenditure method and family budget method. These two methods are similar to the previous method. Aggregate expenditure method is similar to Lapsis method formula. See the formula, then one you can able to understand. And the family budget is similar to the weighted average of price relative method. Okay, summation PV by summation V. So here also depend upon the value, you can find out the family budget method. Okay, is it clear? The theory part is clear. And this is what the two problems that we worked out in the previous class, right? Okay, so do you have any doubts up to this, what we discussed in the previous session and what are the problems we worked out in the previous class? Do you have any doubts in this? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will move on to the next problem. So we have a two more problem under consumer price index number. With that, this chapter will be over. Any other doubts? You're clear about how what is consumer price index number, for what purpose they are using that, and how to calculate the consumer price index number by using the respective formula, and also by applying the aggregate expenditure method and family budget method. Okay. Any other doubts? If you give reply yes or no, then I can proceed according to that. So the first problem already we worked out. Index I is given, weightage is given. So no problem, you can directly substitute and get the value. Whereas in the second problem, they are given the problems in the statement way. They didn't give the direct value. From the problem, you need to understand, you need to extract the data. How many items are given? 5 items are given. Okay, what are the things we need to find out the consumer price index number? Either we need a weightage, or we need the index value, or we need the price relative value, P value, or any quantity price for the base or current year. So food, rent, clothing, fuel, and miscellaneous expenses. This is the items, and they given the percentage expense, weightage is given, and also they given the index number. So I and W is given directly. So we have to find out what is the consumer price and the cost of living index. After finding out that, your problem is will get over. Suppose if they're asking only the consumer price index number or cost of living index number, and after that they given that. Suppose if the person is getting a salary this much before 2 years or 3 years, but presently he is getting this much salary. So what should be the extra allowances he need to get along with the present salary so that he can able to survive in his life. So after calculating that consumer price index number, that should be calculated for the previous salary for 25,000. So we will get 38,000 something, right? 38,000. If you add along with that current salaries, you will get totally 78,000. So 78,000 that should be deducted with the present salary, you will get 38,000, 35. 35 is the extra allowances we need to get along with the present salary. This is how we need to work out, and we worked out this problem, right? Okay. So any other doubts? Guys, please kindly reply. Are you there in the class? Understood? Shall we proceed? Shall we move on to the next problem? I don't know whether people are there or not. Okay, fine. Okay. Now the next problem, we have a third and fourth problem. Okay, please take down this problem, third problem. This is another pattern of problem. Okay, in the first problem, I and W is given. Second problem is also I and W is given, but they are given some adjustment. After calculating the index number, if this is what we need to measure, how we need to calculate that is what the second problem. The third problem is almost a similar thing, but here only the thing is you need to bring some changes in the value based on the unit. Take down this problem. They're asking you to calculate the cost of living index number for the current year along with the base year price by using two methods. Already we know, right? Aggregate expenditure method, family budget on there. Okay, this is the values given, and there is a note per quintal is equal to per 100 kg. That means 1 quintal is equal to 100 kg. Note down this important note. Why? Because of that only we need to bring changes in the base year and current year price. Once if you have copied this problem, tell me. I will move on to the Word document. By looking at this problem, don't think that this is a big problem. No. Same what we worked out in the first and second problem, the same procedure. Another thing is there will be changes in the base and current price based on the unit. I already explained you, right? In the methods of constructing index number, there are some 6 to 7 rules are there. So wherever the terms are necessary, you have to mention P for price, Q for quantity, I for index, V for value, W for weight, 0 for base year, 1 for current year. And then wherever units are relative units are there. For example, sir, it is rice, wheat, though it should be measured in terms of kg. Okay, or if there is oil, made in kg or liter. Okay, or in ton. Okay, like the unit, relative unit is very important. That is what we discussed in the methods of constructing index number. So that is the important things that we need to look here in this problem. So only the changes what will happen is after writing this table, we have to create one more table, and you know what is quantity Q0, and we are not going to do anything with the unit. Base year price P0, current year price P1. So we know Q0, P0, and P1. Which are the things we need for substituting the problem? Aggregate methods, elapses method. So P0, Q0, P1, Q0. So you need to bring that combination P0, Q0. Next one is P1, Q1. And then the next one is family budget. Family budget, we need to have a summation IV by summation V or summation IW by summation W, whatever it is. But here weight is not given. So what we have to do, we can use a IV by V, summation V, or summation WP by summation W also we can use. So we need to calculate according to the P equal to P1 by P0. So you know the P value also. And according to that, you can calculate. Okay, but after creating the columns, okay, you need to bring changes in the first three value of base and current price. Okay, I'll tell you. Because you need to convert that 3,200 into kg. So what should be the value? Anyone can tell me? Because 1 quintal is equal to 100 kg. So if you are converting 32,000 per quintal to per kg, means what you have to do? Can anyone tell me how you can convert that first three price value of base and current year, which is given in per quintal, you need to convert into per kg. That means per quintal is equal to 100 kg. So what you have to do? 3,200 divided by 100 means you will get per kg, per 100 kg, right? So what will be the value? You will get 32. Okay, and then similarly, 2000 divided by 100 will be 20. 800 divided by 100 will be 8. Similarly, for current price also, 33,600 divided by 100 will be 36. 3,000 divided by 100 will be 30. 1,000 divided by 100 will be 10. And the remaining, see the remaining are in the kg and the meter as per the item. So no need to bring changes for those things. So only we need to bring changes in the first three value. That's why I mentioned the note 1 quintal is equal to per 100 kg. That means 1 quintal is equal to 100 kg. Okay, did you copy this problem? Shall I work out the problem? Yeah, guys, kindly reply. Are you there in the class? If you're not replying, I don't know what is. Are you there in the class or what you people are doing? I don't know. Did you copy it? The only Arvinda's reply. What about others? Even the last stages also you will not reply, means there is no use of taking class for you people. Will see. Okay, I'll stop sharing this PPT and I'll open the Word document. Okay, I think you can view the Word document, right? This is a problem that we worked out in the previous class. Okay, now I'll move on to the third problem. Yeah, so this is the third problem, right? This is the given value. Now I have to I need to work out the problem. Now I need to find out which are all Q0, Q1, P1, P0, and what are things we need to find out. Okay, so I'm just copying this the same table and I'm put it in here. Now see, this is the quantity which is Q0. So to take the unit, you don't have to mention the unit. Okay. Now, okay, fine. Okay, now what is the base here? P0, this is 33,200, but they are given in 1 quintal. But we need to convert into kg because here these values are given in the kg. So we need to convert it. So if you are converting 3,200 divided by 100 will be equal to 32. Why? Because why you are dividing 100 means 1 quintal is equal to 100 kg. So we need to convert that given value into kg. So what we will do, we will divide the value with that particular kg. That's why I made it as a divided by 100. And similarly here, this 2000 also should be divided by 100. So 20. And 800 divided by 100, which is equal to 8. And the remaining values are given in kg, so no problem, no need to change that. So make it as a rounded digits like 20, 15, because nothing is going to, okay, will change after putting 0 after the decimal also. That's not a problem. 50, 60, and this is 300, and this is 5000. Okay, done. Now the next one, current price P1. So this is also 3600 divided by 100 will be 36, right? And this is 30, and this is will be 10, this will be 28, this will be 18, this will be 100, and this is 60, this is 70, this is 300, this is 6000. Okay, now we enter the value, okay, from the given data. We are simplified and we have converted all the values as per the items quantity, items unit. Okay, now see, this is the 4 more column you need to create. Why? Because see the formula. Now the family budget formula, we can use this formula. Why is there not IV? I index is not given, so we cannot use. So we can use W weight. Weight is also not given. So only the option is you can use this formula, because we can calculate the V how by using this formula. V equal to P0 into Q0. Okay, which is also summation V as well as summation P0 Q0. So that's why we use that. Okay, and then second formula. See the second formula, aggregate expenditure method, summation P1 Q0, right? P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q0. So since the formula is like this, we need to get this value. That's why I opened this 4 column. Can you understand? P1 Q0, this is what we need for aggregate expenditure, and also we need this value. Okay, now can you tell me the answers one by one? P1 Q0, so this is P1 and this is Q0, right? So 36 into 300, anyone? You can tell me the answer, or if you are not ready to tell me the answer, please tell me, no problem. I'll work out by myself. So 330 into 200 will be 6000, and this will be 1000, and 1400 and 180, 500, 3000, and 15 into 70. Okay, so 15 into 70, 1050, right? Okay, and this will be 300. This will be 6000. Okay, so I got the value now. So by multiplying this current price and then along with the quantity, I got this P1 Q0. Okay, now I need to get P0 Q0 because that is a V value, because that is what we needed to substitute in the formula. So P0 Q0, this 300 and then 32. So this will be 332, 9600, and P0 Q0. Okay, this is 4000 and 800, 10, 1000, 150, 350, 2500, and the 900, and this is 300, 5000. Okay, no need to say answer, no problem. I'll work it by myself. Okay, and then so we got the p value, and next we need to find out the p equal to p1 by p0 into 100. P1 by p0 100. That means 36 divided by 32 into 100. Okay, I will work out in my calculator because it's very difficult to work out for you people. 36 divided by 32 into 100. So it is 112.5. Okay, now next one is P1 by P0. So 30 by 20. 30 divided by 20 into 100. Okay, Arvind has given the answer 150. Thank you, Arvind. Okay. And next P1 by P0, 10 by 8. So next 10 by 8 into 100. 125. Okay, thank you. And 28 divided by 20. 28 divided by 20 into 100, which is equal to 140. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Vidyashree. Then next one is 18 divided by 15 into 100, which is equal to 120. Okay. Now the next one is 100, right? 100 by 70 into 100, which is equal to 120. Yeah. 142.85. Okay. Then 60 divided by 50 into 100, which is equal to 60 divided by 100, 120. Okay, good. Then 70 divided by 60 into 100, which is equal to 116.66. Okay, 300 divided by 300 into 100 will be 100. Okay, that's not a problem. No, I will write that simplification because these people will simply they will understand what you mentioned. Okay, now next one is a 6,000 divided by 5,000 into 100, which is equal to 120. Very good, good. So we got the p value also, capital P. Now next we need to calculate a p and v. Okay, so p and v is this two values we need to multiply and tell me. Okay, now tell me what is 9,600 into 112.5. 9,600 into 112.5. 10,80,000. Okay. 4,000 into 150. I think 6 lakh. Okay, now 800 into 125. 1 lakh. Okay. This will be 14 lakhs. Then 150 into 120. 18,000. Very good. 350 into 142.85. 350 into 142.85. 49,997.5. Good. And 2,500 into 120. 2,500 into 120. 3 lakhs. Very good. And what? 116. Okay. 900 into 116.66. 900 into 116.66. Please write down the values carefully and note down how many is zero, whether it is in lakhs or crores or thousand, and write it. Suppose if any mistakes I made, please tell me, I will correct it. Don't copy the wrong value. At least you tell me the mistake. You won't tell me the answer. At least tell me the mistake what I'm doing. Okay, then 3. Okay, this is 3 lakhs. 30,000 will be there. Okay, next 5,000 into 120, it will be like a 60 lakhs. Is it right? All the values? Any? Right. Okay, fine. Now we need to calculate the total sum of value of this section. See, P1 Q0, this sections we need to calculate. Why? Because we need summation P1 Q0 in the aggregate exponential method. Now tell me this P1 Q0. Shall I minimize or shall I zoom? Okay. Okay, now, okay, fine. Now from this value can, sir, pulses are pluses PV are. Pluses PV is 14,000. Which one? So which one you are saying? I can't understand. Pluses PV is 14,000, not pluses PV. What is the pluses PV? Which row you are saying? Unmute and tell. Yeah, pulses are. Unmute and tell me, sir. Who's that? Arish, right? Yes, Arish. Unmute.
Hello, yeah, sir.
Tell me, Arish, which
Sir,
row?
Pulses PV is 14,000, sir, not 1,40,000.
Oh, okay. This is pulses here. Okay. This is 14,000.
Not here, sir. Last one. 1,40,000.
Last
It's
PV
14,000.
value you are telling, right?
Yeah.
14,000. Is it right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Ari. Sorry, I didn't understand whether it's a pulse or a plus. Fine. Okay, now tell me this total summation value 10,800. Yes, Arvind has given the value 30,230. Right, fine. Now tell me this next summation V or summation P0 Q0 value. 9,600 plus 4,000. Yes, Rihanna, good. Thank you. 24,600. Good. And we need this PV also, right? So please carefully calculate PV value. First one is 10,80,000. So put 10, 8, and then put 40. Not 40, put 000 4 times. Second value is 6 lakh. Third value is 1 lakh. So 6 plus 1, 7 lakh. 17 lakh 80,000. 17 lakh 94,000. And if you add a 2 lakh 2,000, 2 lakh 12,000. 2 lakh 12,000 along with 49. Wow, 19 lakhs 24,999.95. Okay, Arish, good. So 19. Oh, I am getting one more value. 28 lakhs 96,991.5, which is the right one. See the pulses as Arish told, it is 14,000, not 1,40,000. Please correct it. Sir, pulses value is 1,40,000 now. Yes, see, Harish, yes, correct, Harish. Okay. Harish, you calculate, I think you calculated the 14. Okay, now see, 1000 into 140. It will be like 1,40,000 only. Okay, so then answer will be, I think 28 lakh. 28 lakh 96,991.5. Now is it correct? Yeah, guys, this is correct value, right? See, that is a 1,40,000 only. See, 1000 into 140, right? It will be 14 lakhs only. Sorry, 1,40,000 and 14 lakhs, 1,40,000. Yeah, this is correct. Please kindly acknowledge. Almost half an hour over. People are not replying. Oh, yeah, I'm getting another answer. If it is 1,40,000, then it will be like better. I can do my answer. 30 lakhs 22,991. Now, which is the right one? 28 or 30? If you are saying yes or no, I will proceed. So 330,000. Okay, right. That is right one, right? Okay, fine. So we got the total sum of value because see, this is the given value. Please understand, this is the given value, right? These are all the given value. And based on that, we have converted this value into kg and we marked out which is Q0, which is P1, P0. Okay. Now the rest of the columns we need to create. Why? Because this, first look at the formulas. This is the formula. So we need P1 Q0, P0 Q0. So make a column like that. P0 Q0, P1 Q0. And then the second formula, we have to use either WI or V formula only. Here WI is not given. So only one option is you can use a V formula along with the P value. So V is nothing but it is a P0 Q0 only. So we have to mention P0 Q0 and we can calculate P divided by P1 by P0. So we know P, we know V, V1, we know P1 Q0, we know P0 Q0 also. So according to that, we are calculating the PV and we are calculating the total value of all those things. Now we need to substitute in the value and find out the answer. So first, the family budget method, as per the budget method, the consumer price index will be 30,22,991.5 divided by, so what is the summation V, 24,600. Now tell me what is the value? 30 lakhs 22,991.5 divided by 24,600. It is 122.88. Very good, thank you. And expenditure method, see, this is a formula. Summation P1 Q0 30,230. 30,230 divided by summation P0 Q0 is, that is also 24,600. Okay, into 100. So what we will get as per the aggregate method, the consumer price index value will be 30,230 divided by 24,600. We will get 1.2288 into 100. So what is the value? We will get 122.88. Yes. So this is the answer. Okay. Now we got the value, right? So we have calculated the cost of living, that is consumer price index number. by using both aggregate explanation method and family budget method. That's it. Only this part is taking a time. Okay, that you people didn't reply. If you reply fast, then you would have finished it. Okay, now copy it, copy this problem. We have one more problem to finish it. Okay, I'll show the table, then you can copy the calculator. Okay, this is the table. Okay. So you know this is item quantity. I already told you this are all given value, guys. Please understand. And why, sir, you didn't mention 3200, you mentioned 32, 36 means we have changed these three values, which is highlighted in the yellow color. Okay, this I have changed these three values and converting the given unit into kg. That means 1 quintal is equal to 100 kg. So I'm converting that value into kg. That's why I divided by 100. Why divided by 100 means there is a note. 1 quintal is equal to 100 kg. That's why I divided by 100. If 1 quintal is equal to 1000 kg means I will divide by 1000. If 1 quintal is equal to 500 kg means I will divide by 500. Okay, is it clear now this problem? Can I able to calculate the consumer price index number? See, we are working out the problems in a different pattern. First problem, directly they given. Second problem, even though they given the direct value, they are given the statement and they are given adjustment. By using that adjustment, we need to calculate the consumer price index or cost of living index number. Third problem, they given the problem directly, okay, but they mention the values in a different unit. So we have to convert that values into the respective items in it. That means if it is given in kg, you need to convert in kg. If it is in liter, convert in liter. If it is ton, convert in ton. Okay. Okay, now you copy down this table, then you can copy the calculation part. Once if you are copied, at least tell me yes or no, so that I can move on to the next problem. Okay, fine. Those who are working out along with me, they will finish it. The other people, no, there are some people are there. They will not respond to anything. Whatever you say, shout, no problem. Because they are busy with some other work. Okay, now I'll move the page down. So I think you copied this first 2 to 3 rows, right? Okay, now the entire table was visible now. Please copy the value properly. The PV value, the values are big. So count the numbers and write it as per the. Otherwise, I will tell. First one value is 10,80,000. Next one is 60 lakhs. Okay. 6 lakhs. Next one is 6 lakhs. Next one is 1 lakh. Next one is 1,40,000. Next one is 18,000. Next one is 49,997.5. 49,997.5. Next one is 3 lakhs. For cloth, 3 lakhs. PV value is 3 lakhs. For fuel, 1 lakh 4,994. 1,04,994. 1,04,994. And for kerosene, 30,000. Kerosene, 30,000. And for rent, 6 lakh. Okay. So copy the total value also. We don't need to calculate summation P because we are not going to use anywhere summation P in the formula. That's why we didn't calculate. Okay, suppose instead of quantity, some problem they will give you weight. That means you can calculate summation W. If W is given, then instead of PV, you can calculate PW. No problem. So summation PW divided by summation W you will get. So that's why I told you, you have to, according to the given value, you need to find out which formula you can use it. Okay. Shall I move on to the next page? Shall I move on to the problem? Calculation part. Okay, this is the calculation part. What is the family budget, consumer price index number or cost of living index number as per family budget and as per aggregate expenditure method? So we got the consumer price index or cost of living index number as per the family budget number, that is 122.88. Similarly, aggregate expenditure method also 122.8. Okay. So once if you copy, tell me. Next, I will stop sharing and I will move on to the next problem. Okay, copied. Okay, copied. Thank you, Arvind and Vidya. Okay, now I'll stop sharing this and I'll share my PPT. Okay, so this is what we use now. Okay, now take down the fourth problem. One more problem. This is the last problem of business statistics subject. This is the last problem I'm going to work out for this academic year. That's it. So you can copy this fourth problem. So this is also the same, but here they would have confused you by giving by interchanging the row and column. Previously, in previous problems on all, they used to give the items to the left hand side, and they used to give the quantity price value for year the right hand side. Okay, like a column. But here they are mismatched, they are interchanged. Okay, now you can do the same work. You interchange. You write the items in the left hand side like a row, sorry, column. Items: food, rent, clothing, light, business, and then write the what is the value weightage for food in 2011, 2012, 13, 14. Similarly, for like that, you interchange the table and you write it. No, you copy the problem as it is now. In the solution part, I am telling. So that is a price value and the weightage is given. Food equal to 55. The weightage for all the 5 items is common for all the 4 years. Once if you copy, tell me. And in that, you tell me which is the current year, which is a base year. And we need to, it is not that we need to calculate for only 1 year. We can calculate cost of living index for 3 years by having 1 year as a base year. Which is a base year here? There are 4 years they are given, right? Yeah, very good, very good. 2011 is a base year. So by keeping 2011 as a base year, you can calculate the customer cost of living index or consumer price index number for 2012, for 2013, for 2014. Okay. So we will work out. Once if you copy this problem, tell me. See, weight is given for the problem. For food, it is 55. For rent, it is 15. For clothing, it is 20. For lighting, it is 15. For miscellaneous, it is 5. Weight is given, W is given. And this 100, 108, 105, 90, these are all called what? Price. So W is given, P is given, no? Now what we have to find out? W is given, P is given. What we have to find out now? W is common for all the 4 years, for all the items. Then what you have to find out? Yeah, WP or PWS. WP we have to find out. That is, we can use the formula summation WP by summation W. So now you need to calculate WP for 2012, 2013, 2014, and then find out the summation of WP for 2012. Like that, you have to calculate. Okay. So I think you copied the problem, right? Shall I stop sharing this PPT and shall I move on to the Word document? Copied? Everyone has copied? Okay, fine, Aravind. Thank you. Now I'll stop sharing this and I'll open my Word document. Yes. So this is the fourth problem, right? Yeah. And this is the fourth column they given. See, this is weightage, guys. This is weightage. See the weights being like that they mentioned. Don't think that this is different. Well, this is a weightage value. W is given in the problem. See, I told you no. Usually, food, rent, clothing will be the column wise. First column will be the item. Second column will be the price for the respective year. But here they are interchange. That's all. Don't need to confuse. Now we need to make it in a normal table. So what I did is, see, I written the food items to the left hand side, right? And I open a column weight. Weight already given 55. And 2011, this is the index value. Following indices, not price, sorry, it is indices. Following indices, index value is given I. Okay, so index I written here and open one more column IW for 2011 alone. But we no need for 2011, right? If you want, you can calculate, because we are not going to find out the what is the customer price index for 2000, because we don't have any base year for that. But for 12, 13, 14, we can calculate the consumer price index number by keeping 2011 as a base. Okay, so you no need to do this. Okay, or if you want, you can do it, no problem. Anyhow, you will get same value, 100 only. And 2012 index value I written. See, this row value I just converted as a column value. And under 2012, I open one more column, I written IW, which we need to calculate. Similarly for 2013, similarly for 2014. Okay, so here since I is given, that is index, because we construct the cost of living index from the following indices. Sorry, I mistakenly mentioned the price, not price, it is indices. So I is given, W is given. So what we have to do, we have to use the formula IW, summation IW divided by summation W. Okay, now you just open the column table like this, create a table like this. Okay, now can you find out what is the IW value for 2011, 2012, 13, 14? Can anyone can tell me? 55, so it will be 5,500. It is 1,500. It is 2,000, 1,500, and this is 500, right? Okay, we got the value. I will make it as a bold. Okay. Now, okay, and this is IW. That means see IW 108 into 55. What is the value? Anyone? Okay, 5,940. Then 105 into 15. 105 into 15. 1,575. Very good. 20 into 98. 9,960, right? This is the 1,500. This will be 600. Is it right, Arvind? Yes, yes, Vidya, right. Okay. Now please cross check this value for 2012, whether all the values are right. Now we need to move to the 2013 now. See 2013 IW. 110 into 55. 110 into 55. Very good, Vidya. 6,050, right? Okay. Next, 110 into 15. 110 into 15. 110 into 15.
1,500, sir.
Sorry, 1,000.
Sir, it is 5,500. It's 50 or 15, sir? 50, right?
115. Sorry, 15. 110 into 15. Not 50. 15.
1,650.
1,650. Okay. And this will be 2,000. And this 101 into 15. 101
1,515.
15. And 130 into 5. 680. Oh,
650, sir.
650. Okay. Now we got the IV value for 2013 also. Next, the last one is 2014. So 2014, 115 into W55, 5W. Oh, okay, very good, Varsha. Varsha has given the answer for all the. Oh, okay, 6,325. Good, 1,725 and 2,060. Then 1,575 and 675. Very good, good. So if you give it like this, so it is easy for me to solve. Okay, now we got the IV value for all the year. Okay, now we need to calculate the total value. So what is the total value of summation W 50, 60, 70, 90, 100, 110 na? Okay, and this one 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, and this one
11,575.
11,575. Okay, and the total value for 2013, this one 2013, 6,050, 1,650, 2,000, 1,550, 650,
11,865.
11,865. Okay, and the for 2014, what is the total value for 2014? 6,325.
12,360.
12,360. Okay, very good. Good. So we got the value for all the year. Okay, see, this weightage is given, guys, and this 100, 100, 108 and all index number indices. So we return I. Since I and W is given, we have to calculate IW. That is what we need to do. Suppose if they're given only for 1 year, your problem will be simple. So only this much you have to calculate. Since they're given for 4 years, we need to calculate IW for 4 years. That's why I divided one more column under that year itself. Suppose if I'm after putting I for 2011, 2012, 2013, 14, again 2011 IW. IW means it will be confusing for you. That's why I made the column there itself. Now we got the total value of I and W for all the 4 years. Now we can calculate the CPI for each year. No, we can even calculate for base year also. If you calculate, you will get only the same value. If you want, I will show that. See, for 2011, you take this as a 2011. What will be 2011 value? See, 11,000 divided by 110, which is equal to 100. Okay, and similarly, 2012. Okay, Varsha has given the answer for all the year. 11,575 divided by 110, which is equal to 105.22. Very good. And the 2013, 11,865 divided by 110, which is equal to 107.86. Then 12,360 divided by 110, which is equal to 112.36. Okay, so this is the answer. So we got the cost of living index number as well as consumer price index number for all the year. Okay, since 2011, no need to calculate because it's a base year. When you're calculating the index number for the base year, whatever the indexes they're given, see indexes 100 is given already. You will get the same answer. That's why I told you no need to calculate the index for base year because already index number is given. Okay, so no need to do that. So better I will delete that, otherwise it will be confusing. So we need to calculate to prove that only I mentioned. Now we are calculated the consumer price index for 12, 13 and 14. Okay, this is clear, right? Okay, you can copy this table and the value. So with that, the consumer price index number is over and chapter 5 index number is over and business statistics subject is over. So here after it's your time. You people can ask me queries, any doubts, anything to work out. You can explain, you can ask me, or any homework problem if you have a doubt, please go through the homework problem from any chapter. Okay, you can identify and you can tell me. Otherwise, tomorrow we have one more class. That is the last class, right? Tomorrow we have first hour. So if anything that you want to revise or you want to work out, please note down in your notebook and tell me. Okay. See, in which unit you feel difficulties? I think this index number, I think the index number and regression correlation also very, as per my knowledge, everything is very simple, but from your aspect, you have to tell me. If you ask me, I will say all the findings are simple only. But from your perspective, tell me, sir, this topic is very critical, need more explanation. This problem you can explain me one more time.
Sir, which lesson has high weightage?
Hmm.
Marks.
Marks most probably is second, third, and the fifth in it. Second, third, and the fifth in it. First in it, that's I told you no. First in it, if you're expecting the problem, you may get problem from the probability side. Probability theory part from the statistics, graph, chart, okay, tabulation. That theory part they may ask, but problem means only probability. Problem means only probability. The first unit. The second unit, no, second is weightage. Second unit more weightage. Third unit more weightage. Fourth unit you have only two topics are the time series and moving average. Moving average simple concept. Okay, you are going to add and you are going to put it. That's it. And you are going to draw the trend graph. Whereas trend line the same thing. For that equation y equal to a plus bx, you have to find out the a and the b value, and for each x you are going to substitute and you are going to find out the y value, and you are going to draw the trend line graph. So that is also simple. And the index method, you have only two methods, simple and weighted index method, and third one is consumer price index. So this fifth unit, third unit, fifth unit is, yeah, or even second unit, all these three units having a more and more weightage. At the same time, all these three units are like a formula substitution. Right? See, the probability is like you need to understand the problem concept. Okay, if 4 balls are there, 5 balls are there, what is the chance of getting 2 red balls, 1? If 52 cards are there, what is the chance of getting a 1 ace card, 1 diamond? If dice are rolled, what is the possibility of getting number, sum up of number 3 or 2 dice, like that? You have to understand the questions and you need to work out. Okay, and whereas in the second, third, even fourth and fifth unit, all these 4 units are purely based on the formula. That's why I told you, you do one thing, you have a lot of time, right? Enough time is there. So once tomorrow is the last working day, once it is over, okay, either Friday or Saturday, you sit. Okay, if you want, you can have a group study among yourself. You sit. Okay, one person can write out or come out with the formulas which is there in the second unit by putting mean, direct method, simple method, what is the formula, median, mode, like that standard coefficient. One person can write out the formula for the third unit, fourth unit, fifth unit, and then you club it together and you can share with your friends. For your entire group also you can share, so that everyone will remember what is the formula. Okay, I already told you, see in the fifth unit, you don't need to worry about the formulas in the fifth unit. Sir, what sir, all these formulas getting confused. I already told you, index number formula is summation P1 divided by P0. P1 by P0 is the formula. By adding other term, you will get the method, formulas for different methods. Simple. Similarly for mean, according to the series, individual, discrete, continuous. Either you have to use x bar or x minus a. If you are finding out the continuous series, okay, you have to find out the deviation, dx. If you remember all these terms properly, it will be very clear. Okay, did you copy this problem? Shall I stop sharing this? Midterm portion is first 3 units. You will be getting a mail, no? Already they have sent the mail. Midterm exam, they plan to conduct online midterm, not end semester, midterm. Please be clear. Midterm, they plan to conduct online. planned. Still, they didn't mention the date, when, all those things depend upon the situation. Okay, but as of now, you got the circular, right? You can see the circular in website, AJC app is there. Please go through all those things. So I'll stop sharing this Word document. I'll share the PPT. Okay, so we worked out this problem. Okay, now take down this homework problem. Please make it fast. Two homework problem under consumer price index. So already I gave 5 problems under weighted average and 2 problems under the weighted, 5 problems under weighted aggregate. Lapsus passive. That is already given last week itself, but yesterday I received only one, two. One is from Vidyashree and one more person. So totally I received only 4 homework file for the last week problem. Okay, I don't know about this week because tomorrow your working days gets over. After that you won't remember what I told. Who knows? Okay, so take down this 2 homework problem. With that we'll wind up the session. And if you have any doubts, anything to be clarified, okay, please make a note of it in your notebook. When I'm coming for the tomorrow classes, you can tell me so that I can revise that particular unit. And if you have any other doubts, because tomorrow only 1 hour we have, so whatever the things are possible for me to revise and to give a tips, I will give it. But apart from that, if you have any other doubts also, you can contact me or you can approach me. I will explain you. Okay, even if you want to explain means we will have some Zoom meeting. I'll create my personal Zoom meeting and we will have it for some half an hour or 1 hour session also if you want to explain. Okay, whether it is a 1 people needed or 2 people needed, it's depend upon, no problem. It's not that everyone should be there. If 1 people feeling that, sir, I have a doubt, please explain me. I'll attend the Zoom meeting also. Means no problem. I'll create a Zoom meeting and share with you. We will have a classes, the Zoom meeting also personally, no problem. And then a few videos, what are the classes that we have taken now for the past 2 to 3 weeks. I have attached in my YouTube as well as my LMS. You can go through my YouTube channel and subscribe. You'll be getting updated. My YouTube channel is Somu's Mind Repository. Okay, I had given in the chat box, Somu's Mind Repository. This is my YouTube channel. Okay, I already added index number, regression correlation. Okay, whatever I had taken for the past 3 weeks, I had attached. Because before that, I had taken in the college, no, so some videos are there in the college. So once if I get the opportunity to go to the college, I'll copy the video and I'll put it in the YouTube, no problem. Okay, but you visit this YouTube, okay, you can get some videos also. Okay, apart from class, you have some other videos also like learning soft skill motivations also. You can go through that, no problem if you are interested. Copy it. So I wind up the session. Okay, I think you have copied, right? So finally, we come to the end of the 5th unit and the end of the syllabus. So with that, I will end my session. So thank you all for listening me patiently for the past 1 year. Okay, we have been discussing for the 2 semester both mathematics subject, right? Okay, so thank you for all your patience listening and showing interest in learning quantitative and mathematics subjects. Okay, so tomorrow we have one more class. We will have a revision. We will go through some important things. And in that, if you want to discuss anything, I already told you, please make a note of it and tell me. We will discuss that tomorrow. Okay. And please kindly go through the videos also, which is attached in the YouTube, my channel, and also in the LMS. Okay. And all the 5 units we have uploaded in the LMS. Okay. Whatever the problems that we have worked out in the class, what are the problems we gave as a homework, everything was there in the LMS. Please access the LMS. If you are not accessing the LMS, I already told you within a 5 to 6 days, your password will be locked. Then it will be very difficult. So please access the LMS regularly. Not only for my subject, for all the subjects. once in a day or once in a 2 days, please keep on accessing LMS. Otherwise, at the end of when you're writing for a semester exam or midterm exam, no, if you're getting locked at that time, don't be in hurry that, sir, I sent a message, I sent mail, they didn't reply. Don't please forget at the last minute. Every time you keep accessing the LMS. Okay. So any other things to be discussed? Shall I wind up the class? Okay. So thank you all dear students. We will meet you again tomorrow. Okay. I'll end the session now. Thank you all.